The Modus Super Series.
Derek Coulson for Destiny.
It's there.
Sean Taylor.
Yes. Absolute biggest of all things.
Reels it in.
Yeah. What an incredible record. Everything you wanted.
He does it.
Henry Coulson with glory.
Our champion tonight.
The bullseye. This will be amazing. Unbelievable.
Oh, what a time for that.
It's matched out.
Oh,
That is special.
incredible.
Matched out. That is seething. The pressure is on.
Champions League
Needs to find the treble. It's double 19 for 118 checkout.
First leg, Steve Beaton.
His first shot a double in this game.
And
he takes it.
Adam Hunt.
5-7. Tops.
Game
Magical.
shot in the third
But
leg.
Crocodile Dundee.
And that's the first treble. Tops. Oh, what a shot.
First leg.
What a shot from Osborne.
4-19. Oh, he couldn't cut his back-to-back. Huge checkouts. 142, 150. Thursday night at the Live Lounge means only one thing. It's the opening session of Group B. Very good evening to you. Welcome back to the Live Lounge here in Portsmouth for the final group to get underway here this evening. It's Group B, where 3 from 5 will qualify for finals night on Saturday. Alongside me once again is Laura Turner. Laura, we were here this afternoon for the opening session of Group C, where the Richardsons dominated.
Yeah, didn't they just? Absolutely. I mean, Josh was, I think both of them, they had that kind of tentative start, but once they got going, there was no looking back, was there? But ultimately, Josh was just denied a perfect day. And who was it that denied him? Obviously, his dad, James Richardson.
Yeah, it was Josh's day, 4 wins out of 5. But running into them after we went off air this afternoon, Josh was in, well, that sort of mood, really. He really wasn't happy at all. And he's top of the table going into tomorrow. Yes, his old man's got one over on him, but it's a really positive day for him nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm sure, he'll be happy enough with 8 points. If you told him he was going to get that before turning up, I'm sure he would have been delighted. But there just seemed to be this undercurrent of little kind of, like, I don't know if they were like little side things that they were doing, because it was just like one-upmanship the whole way through. They were all just trying to beat the other one. And I just think that was a bit of bragging rights between father and son. So maybe disappointed now, but should be really pleased overall.
Yeah, certainly whets the appetite ahead of tomorrow. They face each other in their opening match, and that's before we even get onto the likes of Matt Dennant and Jack Smith, who more than played their part this afternoon. But that is for tomorrow. Tonight, it is all about Group B, of course, where we see, once again, Steve Beaton and Adam Hunt. They dropped down from Group A, which was won yesterday by John Henderson. Paul Hogan is joining us along with Colin Osborne and Ted Everts. Now, Ted's appearance in Series 14, Laura, he was coming in a bit cold. He'd just started his family with the arrival of baby Freya. This time, or since then, he's been very busy playing on the Pro Tour, Challenge Tour, Vaults. We're going to see, I feel, a bit more of the usual Ted Everts.
Yeah, and I hope so. He's such a quality player. He's got so much talent and a wealth of experience behind him. But sometimes when you do have that break, and obviously family life is important as well, but when you can get back to it and get that match sharpness, I think that then improves confidence. The fact that he's doing well on Challenge Tour, getting those call-ups onto the Pro Tour, hopefully then we'll just see that level of Ted Everts that we've kind of come to expect.
Yeah, he was playing on the Pro Tour just yesterday. He got the call at 9:30 in the morning, and by 1 o'clock, he was facing Michael van Gerwen in the first round. Thanks for coming, Ted. Nevertheless, let's take a look and see how the bookmakers see things in the outright market for this super competitive Group B. Steve Beaton, 15-8 favourite. Adam Hunt, 13-5, second in the market. The two lads from Group A dropping down are the two at the top of the market. So, Laura, is there value to be had?
Well, you just look at the bottom two on the table. They've picked up titles before. Last time Paul Hogan was here, made it through to finals night. So, yes, they have to split the market. I totally understand that. But I think it's probably a lot more of an even group than that the odds may suggest.
It certainly is. Let's get the action underway then here this evening. We start with Adam Hunt against Ted Everts. And earlier on tonight, I caught up with a chat with Super Ted. Ted, it doesn't seem that long ago since you were last here, but on your last appearance, we didn't really know what we were going to get from you. You didn't know what we were going to get from you, having just had the little one. But this time, since your most recent appearance here, you've been a busy boy.
Been playing a fair bit more, yeah. A couple of Pro Tours in there, a weekend of Challenge Tour in there, a few vaults, just having a go every now and then.
So, what are we going to get from you here this week?
Better. How much better, I don't know, but better.
Okay, 3-time semi-finalist. Is this going to be the time you take those 2 extra steps?
I mean, I'm playing all right. Tough old group, very tough group to be honest. But yeah, I mean, why not, hey?
Absolutely. It is a tough group, as you rightly say. Adam and Steve dropping down from Group A. They're looking good, Nick. And you alongside Colin and Paul. It is going to be a really tricky 2 nights for you.
Yeah, definitely. I can't really see anyone running away with the group. Everyone here is beatable. Everyone here is very good. So it's going to be who takes the chances, who doesn't. And we'll see by the end of tomorrow night, really.
But in a Group B, it's so important to get off to a good start. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been in Group Bs where I've missed out on legs. I've been in Group B where I've got in through legs. And it's such a tight format, such short games, that even one leg can be the difference between you getting through and not.
So I suppose we shouldn't really be looking too far ahead, given that there's serious business to attend to.
Yeah, so I'll give it a good go.
Very best of luck. Go well.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Great to have Ted Everts back here at the Super Series. And he played progressively better when coming in cold in Series 14. When he starts here this evening in good nick. Now at the age of 29. 3 times a weekly semi-finalist here, taking on Adam Hunt. There was a moment on Wednesday where we genuinely thought it was going to be Adam that was going to go on and win Group A. Didn't happen for him, but he cemented his spot here in Group B this evening, which of course has much more favourable qualification terms. As we see our referee for this evening, Mr. Andrew Culling, keeping a keen eye on proceedings.
Throw first. Game on.
So as we mentioned to Ted, it's always important to get off to a real good start in a Group B.
99.
In particular, one such as this. And it's an interesting way to start.
180.
With a perfect start.
Perhaps a bit of a statement of intent from Adam Hunt, because he was really unlucky, as you were kind of pointing
52.
towards, not to push a little bit harder for that top spot. But in Group A, quite a lot of the damage, but most of the players was done on that Monday.
96.
But a lot of the good stuff was done by John Henderson. And ever since that point, no one could really claw him back.
100. $85.
A bit of a loose last one there from Hunt. Nevertheless, it's been a real positive start, leaving a finish after 9.
140. Adam, you require
It's been a pretty
140.
positive start from both, but it's Adam first down to a finish and slipping to the 5. Means Ted Everts,
43.
because of that 140,
Said you
will get the
require
opportunity here
110.
just to take the opening leg.
$42.
No trouble.
Adam, you require 97.
Options. But again,
57.
no trouble in the
Said you
combination.
require
So
68.
Everts only going to get 1. But that is a very good guide and
Game's on the first
utilises
leg.
it perfectly.
Ted Everts. Second leg, Adam to throw first. Game on.
Really smart placement by Everts,
60.
who, as I mentioned earlier, did get that call up to the Pro Tour yesterday.
51.
I mean, he had to take it. Nothing to lose, really. But when you've got the call at 9:30 and then you're on first against Michael van Gerwen,
58.
it's not exactly ideal, is it?
No, far from it, let's be honest. Yeah, he's currently sat 24th on that Challenge Tour Order of Merit.
85.
Just having a quick look at previous meetings between these two, and yeah, did meet 4 times, all on the
97.
PDC Youth Development Tour 2015, 2016, 2017, and actually Adam Hunt holds the head-to-head record, 4 games to 0. But obviously a lot of time has
100.
passed from then till now.
I guarantee you, however,
121.
that they are both fully aware of that head-to-head record.
Yeah, even if they're not sure of the exact number, you kind of know if you've got that player that you've come up against on a few occasions and they've got the better of you. It may
39.
probably be more Ted that will remember that than perhaps Adam.
$133.
Superb. And it's been a good response by Adam. Everts took the opening leg
96.
on double
Adam, you
16.
require 32. Game shot on the
Hunt.
second leg. Adam Hunt.
Takes the second leg with it as well.
Third leg, Ted to throw first. Game on.
Just does go to show, though, despite, like you say, being 24th
58.
in the Challenge Tour Order of Merit, you're still going to get a call up here and there to the Pro Tour.
Yeah, when you can climb that table, then you do
121.
essentially have the best of both worlds. Get the opportunity to play here at the Super Series. You can play county, play WGF, play the Challenge Tour, get those
93.
call-ups.
Well, fortunately for Ted, I suppose, that
81.
it was only in Leicester, which is only about an hour away from where Ted lives. I remember not too long ago, Henry Coates, a semi-finalist in the most recent Champions Week. He just
180.
travelled to Leicester on the off chance he was going to get the call up because he was next in line. He did get that call and he was already there.
And that really is
99.
forward-thinking,
Ted,
isn't
you
it?
require 170.
We've just seen the max, and now it's all about the big fish.
Fishing rods at the ready.
134.
Good leave, Ted.
And it's one of those things, he didn't have to go for it, but the fact that you had the opportunity of doing the 350 and 6, you kind of felt it was inevitable that it was going to have a crack at the ball.
28. Ted, you require 36.
Splits. Double 8.
28.
Shrewd ploy with Hunt not yet on a finish. Of course, he's going to leave one now.
132. Ted, you require 8.
This time then for Everts.
Game shot on the third leg.
No problem
10
whatsoever.
Everts. Fourth leg, Adam to throw first. Game on. $140.
Ultimately, Group A was probably a bit of a mixed bag for Adam. Saw some really good
$140.
portions of play, but perhaps the consistency that we used to see him from wasn't quite there throughout the entirety of the 3
57.
days, hence finding himself third on the table. But it was still competitive, wasn't it? Just right towards the end, just to stay in those qualification places for Group B, let alone pushing for that top spot.
Yeah, it really was a bit of an
63.
odd day, in particular for Adam yesterday. There was a chance he really could have gone on and won the group as a whole. Let's not forget John Henderson, who did win
94.
Group A. He dropped down to third at one point, and then when the realization hit that Adam could not win Group A, he was almost vulnerable into dropping into Group C as well.
140. $170. Said you require
Magical
158.
response. Just when Everts thought he was well placed to
96.
break the Hunt
Adam, you require
throw.
40.
What a response this has been, Tops.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Yeah, 14
Adam-
dart holder
Adam
throw
Hunt.
for Adam Hunt.
Fifth leg, Ted to throw first.
It's been a
Come
really
on.
positive start from both players. You do tend to expect that from Group B, but it doesn't always go that way, especially for someone like Ted, who, as you
139.
said, was obviously out in Leicester yesterday, playing on the Pro Tour, made his way over to the Super Series, and first game up there.
134.
Sometimes we saw it this afternoon, the new players coming in may not just settle down as quickly, but no issue here for Ted.
No, despite being top of that Group C
100.
table, it did take Josh Richardson just a little bit, in particular with the doubles, but he never looked back after that opening match.
46.
Hunt is the one that has to force the issue in order to get that critical break of throw. Hasn't really been able to
58.
trouble Ted as of yet.
$100.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed not to have got a bit more after that first start landed in the treble. Keeps him interested in the leg, but Everts looking to set up from 204.
95. $57. Said you require 109.
Everts then looking to get back in front.
77. Adam, you require 164.
Hunt looking at 19s, and that looks inviting.
92.
Wasn't a million miles away,
Said
but
you
Everts
require
now
32.
back for 2 16s.
Aim shot on the fifth leg.
And
Ted
back
Everts.
in front
Sixth
once
leg,
again.
Adam
Every
to
leg
throw
so
first.
far going
Come on.
with hold for Ted. Yep. Kind of the model of consistency. Last couple of legs. 1 in 16, first in
96.
18. Adam Hunt's actually produced the best leg of the match so far. 14 data from Adam, but neither particularly causing too much trouble when the opponent is throwing
140.
first.
Well, could that change here with Everts looking to
40.
wrap up an opening win at the earliest possible opportunity?
100.
It's a good turn from Everts, but he felt as though it should have
100.
been more. He's still in front with these 3 to come.
Yeah, Ted just
41.
looks that little bit more assured this time round up on the Oki. I mean, he's picked up a title on Challenge Tour already in 26, so obviously why wouldn't he be?
45.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier about these big field opens on the WDF circuit taking some winning. Those Challenge Tour events do as well.
Yeah, but
60.
Aidan Kirk in the final took out Derek Coulson in the semi-final.
Who, after the most recent weekend of Challenge Tour events, hit top spot in the order of merit.
60. Said you require 160.
Looking for a worldie to wrap up this match. Won't happen for him.
100. Adam, you require
The chips are down and
160.
the pressure has been applied to Hunt.
Yeah, and when the pressure was on, well, the setup hasn't been on point for Adam Hunt.
Said you require 60.
Everton looking to get his first win over Adam Hunt.
Game shot.
And he's done it
And a
with the
match.
minimum
10
of fuss as well. Super Ted is already on his way, opening up his Group B campaign with a impressive win over a player that's going to be there or thereabouts as well. Let's face it, in this Group B, it's Steve Beaton that has to take on Colin Osborne. That's coming up after this break. Welcome back. Good start to the evening, not least for Ted Everett. A 4-2 win over Adam Hunt as we turn our attention to an absolute legend of the game, the bronze Adonis, Steve Beaton, who narrowly lost out in Group A. It all came down to a last match decider. Match 44 or 45 in Group A against John Henderson. Unfortunately for Steve, it was John that got the win there. He's safely through to finals night. Steve opening up his Group B campaign against Colin Osborne, a very familiar face in his own right. The Wizard now 51 years of age, a runner-up back in Series 4, losing out to Luke Littler. Steve, 62 years of age. Absolute legend of the game. Longevity is a word we always use when it comes to Steve Beaton, but I suppose there has to be some sort of question mark surrounding how Steve will go again in Group B after a bit of a grind of a Group A, and he did fully admit, and it
First leg,
has to be
Collins,
expected as well, that he was
Game on.
feeling a little bit fatigued after yesterday.
Yeah, and probably a bit aggrieved because he did all the hard work. He put himself into a position to qualify, and when it came to it, and that winner takes all match against John Henderson, he just didn't
100.
quite find the levels that he had been finding throughout the other 3 days. And although it's a marathon, isn't it? It's not necessarily a sprint when you come here to the Super Series. Ultimately, when you do see that finishing line in front of you, you kind of just linger on that one particular match. So obviously this is all about that reset mentality, getting straight
96.
back into it. But Steve hasn't always had the best relationships with Group B. I know on a couple
41.
of occasions he's got to what we quite often think is the magic number, 8 points, and it hadn't proved enough. Once as an individual, once at the international pairs when he played here with Adrian Lewis, 8 points just wasn't enough.
138.
And so often it is. We often say,
58.
and the players do as
Colin, you
well, 2 out of
require
4 on
167.
both nights. Normally good enough.
$131.
Superb way to set things off. An absolute treat. Potential 13-dart leg incoming to start this match.
85. Colin, you require 36. Game show on the first leg.
And that's
Colin
what he
Osborne.
gets.
Second leg,
Fantastic
Steve
start by
Steve
Osborne.
first. Game on.
Yeah, I was just having a quick gander over their previous head-to-heads. They span all the way
59.
back to a Players' Championship in Newport in 2005, a venue that PDC don't even use anymore. Met on 15 occasions, Steve Beaton leading the way with the head-to-head
42.
13 matches to 2. But just, you talk about the longevity, and you have to say, similar for both players.
100.
Absolutely.
When you think their first meeting was 21 years ago, first one that we know of.
$99.
Osborne has a fantastic record in this building, but
59.
we say it's been a little bit of a while now since we've seen the best of Osborne.
$84.
But started pretty strongly here in his opening match.
45.
Certainly has, and quite rightly pointing out a wealth of pedigree in his own right, Osborne. Former UK Open runner-up, of course, a winner of the old Championship League of Darts as well back in
134.
2009. 4-time Players' Championship winner.
134. Colin, you require 142.
He's putting the Beaton throw under a bit of pressure here as well.
For that last visit from Steve Beaton, a much needed
78.
2 treble
Steve, you
visit
require
just to get
104.
him back in contention for the leg.
Wrong side of the wire.
72. Colin, you require
Rescues
64.
it nicely, but Steve now has to rely on Colin missing. And missing tops.
24. Steve, you require
See the wire
32.
almost bend. It was that close.
Game shot on a
But
second
an
leg.
important
Steve Beaton.
hold of throw for Steve Beaton.
Third leg, Colin to throw first. Game on.
Steve has been here enough times now to be fully aware of this format, and just to make Saturday, I don't think
83.
he particularly cares how he makes it to Saturday, just so long as he gets there.
60.
That is the key, ready to peak on a Saturday night.
Yeah, and you say both players, they know what it takes to compete here for an entire week.
126.
But sometimes it can take its toll. Obviously, this is day 4 for Steve Beaton. Monday through to Wednesday, that
82.
9:30 start. So hopefully well rested for all of tonight's action.
$60. $28.
There was just a hint, just a tinge of frustration from the bronze Adonis. He's never outwardly emotive. You can definitely tell there's sort of those succinct signs that maybe he isn't
137.
totally comfortable at the moment. But we did see him start matches pretty slowly
57.
in Group
Colin, you
A.
require
Yeah,
95.
it wasn't unusual, was it, for Steve Beaton to be trailing by a couple of legs in matches, only to battle his way back into contention.
$55.
Well, you do feel, with the way that Colin Osborne's throwing at the moment, Steve Beaton will have to find
95.
that next level.
Colin, you require 40.
Tops for Osborne.
No score.
Again, it doesn't drop, it doesn't land, but Beaton isn't there to take advantage.
Well, he should be after this visit.
139. Colin, you require 40.
It's great setup play, but the question is, will he get a shot as Osborne eyes up double 10?
20.
Oh dear.
Steve, you require 40.
A gift for
Ends on the
Beaton,
third leg.
which he
Steve
gladly
Beaton.
accepts.
Fourth leg, Steve to
Break
throw
a throw
first.
as well, and with those missed darts at double, Osborne 1 from 8. That has
47.
made his average dip by 10 points, and yet still way in it excess of what Beaton is averaging himself. But if you keep gifting
121.
Steve Beaton opportunities, he's going to take them.
Yeah, 6
96.
darts missed in that previous leg. I wonder how important that will end up being in the context of the match.
$28.
Well, you just wonder how damaging
100.
those missed darts at double will be for Osborne now. He should be the one that's 2-1 up.
140.
Colin Osborne was down to a finish, and Steve Beaton was almost 300 points behind.
27.
But that is a lesson for people as well, that quite often you'll just see players look slightly resigned when they feel like they're totally out of a leg, but you're not out of it until it's done.
82.
Osborne leaving the little fish.
97. Colin, you require 130.
Well, Ted almost reeled in the big one. Can Colin reel in the little one? No, it's a real sloppy second dart there from Osborne.
80. Steve, you require 134.
But despite that mistake from Osborne,
98.
he does get a chance to try and take out 50 to break
Colin, you
straight
require
back.
50.
Tops again.
20.
And now the doubling is starting
Steve, you
to
require
become
36.
a real issue for the Wizard. This is going to hurt. If this third lands, and it
James
does
on the
land, and
fourth
it
leg.
always hurts
Steve
that
Beaton.
little bit extra
Fifth
when it's
leg,
with that
Collins
third
for
dart.
first. Game on.
Yeah, there you can see exactly where this match so far has been won and lost, because Steve Beaton 3 from 6, 50%, 1 from 10 for
43.
Colin Osborne. He's had darts in every single leg.
100.
Nice recovery.
125.
Really nice recovery from Osborne. He is still in this one.
60.
Just has to rectify these doubling misdemeanors.
You completely can't count him out, because ultimately he's had far superior scoring power throughout the match. He's got down to the
96.
finishes before Steve Beaton, but hasn't been able to just polish off the leg.
25.
And we saw this in Group C earlier, didn't we? Just those opening 3 fixtures. There were quite a bit of double trouble going on. None less so than the Group C
140.
table topper overnight in Josh Richardson, who was 4 from 31 and still managed to win. But I don't think you can afford
100.
a player like Steve Beaton
Colin,
as
you
many
require
chances as that.
97.
No, however, Osborne is still outscoring Steve Beaton. This is where the issues
62.
have arrived, and they continue.
See Colin in the background just trying to shake off his
100.
arm. He knows he's coming
Colin,
back. He's going to
require
have to burn a dart
35.
in order to leave a double.
Well, change of target may well be of use.
19. Steve, you require
And
116.
this time Beaton is on a finish again.
60.
No treble means no outshot though
Colin,
for the
you
bronze
require
Adonis,
16.
but Colin Osborne will know this has to go.
And you feel like that should be a good guide. He's working his way in,
No score.
but it's more
Steve, you
misses and
require
more
56.
chances for Steve Beaton.
Desperately
Shot.
unlucky,
And
but
a
it's
match,
another gift
Steve
for
Beaton.
Steve Beaton, who wins this match by shaking his head. Colin, a wry smile and a bit of a giggle, but that will really sting. Steve Beaton was way off the pace in pretty much every single leg, but 1 from 17 on the outer ring from Osborne has gifted Beaton a 4-1 win.
game number 3, and we will get to see our first look here at Paul Hogan taking on Ted Evans, who really did start off the session in style, beating Adam Hunt 4 legs to 2. Just looked really comfortable, really settled into proceedings quickly. 50% on the outer ring, and if that is something that is going to continue, then Paul Hogan's going to have to start off in a similar vein. Crocodile Dundee, Paul Hogan, a 2 times weekly winner here at the Super Series, just down the road from Basingstoke. And as mentioned, taking on the 29-year-old Ted Evans, who has made finals nights but has not got past the semi-finals previously. Be interesting to see how Hoagie starts off, because he'll know full well he's in a really competitive group and he will not want to be cut adrift any time soon.
Yeah, and for Ted
Let's
Evans,
let
if he
Paul
can
to throw first.
start
Game
his
on.
night with a couple of quick-fire wins, he's already well on his way.
But he's in that position, isn't he, on the table that you can either love or hate. It kind of makes and breaks not just your night, but your group, because 50% of Ted Evans' games will be done by game 3. Win them both, as you've just said, absolutely fantastic. Lose them both, and then you not only have you got that kind of longer wait before your next one, but you're on the back foot from the off.
Well, Hogan certainly starting as he means to go on. 141.80 for your first 2 visits of the week. I'd say you'd take it.
93. 95.
Yeah, Paul Hogan, someone I played alongside many years back when he used to play for Hampshire.
92. All you require 86.
He's just always been one of those really kind of consistent, solid players.
54.
Used to be kind of dubbed as a super qualifier as well. Managed to get qualifications through to the UK Open, where he used to take out big names. Qualification through to the BDO and then the WDF World Championships.
100. All you require
Yeah, he was
32.
synonymous for it, wasn't he? And he
on the first
started
leg.
his night with a
Paul Hogan.
13-dart leg. That'll do
Second leg,
very
10-2 for
nicely
first.
indeed.
Game on.
But just heed the warning that that's exactly how Colin Osborne started off his night. 13 darts against Steve Beaton, ended up losing 4 legs to 1, courtesy of missing 16 darts at a double.
100. 140.
What a response from Everett straight away.
41. 93. 100. Said you require 134.
Everett outscoring Hogan here in the second.
94.
But still manages to set up and potentially now lays up the opportunity to have a 13 darter of his own.
180. Said you
Pressure
require 40.
applied.
Aim shot on the second.
And
leg.
anything Paul Hogan
Ted
can do,
Evans.
Super Ted Evans can do as
Third leg,
well.
Paul to
The
throw
pair
first.
do exchange
Game on.
13 dart legs.
Well, all I can say about this
60.
Group E is I hope they have started as they mean to go on, because it's been a really, really strong stuff from everyone in the field.
57.
Yeah, both hitting their double at the first time of asking as well.
140.
Hogan coming mightily close to supplying a third 180.
100.
And if they keep exchanging scores like this, Ted Everts might find it quite hard to break Paul Hogan. It could be just one of those matches again that just goes with the throw. I was just having a
100.
quick glance over Paul Hogan's stats and things. And playing 11 World Championships, the first one that he qualified for back in 1995.
65.
The last one he played in was in 2022. So, again, we talk about longevity quite a lot so far tonight. And I guess Paul Hogan's another one you can add to that list.
60.
Definitely.
Paul, you require 136.
Second goes awry.
78.
But Evans, he's not there to take advantage.
$58. Paul, you require 58.
Just a little sidestep.
Game shot on the
Oh.
third leg. Paul
Perfectly executed.
Hogan. Fourth leg, Ted
Hogan back in
throw
front.
First. Game on.
Really
43.
does have the feel of a game where no one wants to blink first. It's really going leg for leg, neck and neck.
100.
Looking for cover.
96.
Finding a bit.
$60.
Hogan comes up dry and was starting to ask questions of the Everts throw.
85.
Still an opportunity here for Hogan to get his nose in front, but
45.
the emphatic start from both players, which included a 13 dart leg apiece, just seems to have tailed off slightly. Obviously, that is a level that's difficult to sustain, but just struggling to find the big trebles.
134.
Shake of the head
45.
from Hogan.
Said you require 143.
That scoring power, that scoring prowess has relented. For now, at least. But look at this from Everts,
James on the fourth
1-4-3.
Ted Everts.
We saw him piling
Fifth
those
leg,
big
Paulson,
finishes.
throw first.
His most
Come on.
recent appearance here back in Series 14. And he's doing it again here tonight.
Yeah, and you saw him there just in the back, just trying to
121.
motivate himself. Just himself, come on, that's exactly what you can do.
$58.
Ted has to go again. He's the one that needs that
140.
elusive break of throw, and the experienced, wily Paul Hogan will know that all he has to do is be strong on his own throw, and he
86.
is more than doing so.
It's that inviting first start again. We've already seen him hit 2 maximums.
140.
Not quite a third.
Well, these 140s he's been hitting there have been desperately close to maximums.
60.
So easily have
Paul, you
had
require 100.
4 or 5 by now. Level ton to retake the lead. And again, when he's not been able
52.
to take out those sort of checkouts, Everts has been nowhere near.
$60. Paul, you require 48.
Back over to Paul Hogan to once again find the 5th consecutive holder throw in this match.
16.
And as you've just mentioned, even though it hasn't gone, still afforded more time as Ted is trying to get himself down to a finish.
135. Paul, you require 32.
He's on one now, but is it too little, too late for Everts? It
Ends on
is.
the 5th
Hogan,
leg. Paul Hogan. Set
one
flag, Ted
away
2
from
for
starting
reverse.
his
Game on.
week with a priceless victory.
119.
Could Everts just be biding his time, perhaps, or has Hogan got designs on wrapping this one up?
139.
Yeah, always the goal.
$58.
Well, there is the opening for Hogan.
$140.
Well, and again, another 146 140s in this match of Paul Hogan, plus 2 180s. Really has found some power scoring, but the
56.
timing's been pretty good as well for Hoagie. Now really putting pressure on the Ted Everts throw.
100.
Ted hasn't missed a dart at double in this match, but he's quite simply been outscored, out-muscled.
84. Paul, you require
Paul
122.
Hogan.
$56.
Unusual choice for dart number 3. Looking at him staying at the 18s to have left 32, but maybe just a slight lapse in
96.
concentration, a miscalculation.
Paul, you require 66.
Yeah, pretty fortunate to not hit that treble. Match start.
Game
Taken.
shot and a match.
And what a
Paul
start
Hogan.
it has been for Paul Hogan. We thought Ted Everts may well threaten to run away with things in the early stages of Group B, but Paul Hogan now gets off to a perfect start, a 4-2 win, a 93 average, and strong on the outer ring and very strong on the scoring as well. It's Adam Hunt against Colin Osborne coming up after the break. Welcome back, welcome along to the opening session of Group B here this evening. Paul Hogan starting his night in spectacular order. A 4-2 win over Ted Everts. As we now turn our attentions to a match between Adam Hunt and Colin Osborne, both suffering early defeats here tonight. Adam Hunt didn't do too much wrong in the defeat he was inflicted upon by Super Ted, but unfortunately for Colin Osborne, he did do plenty wrong with his doubling. 1 from 17. He outscored Steve Beaton in every single
First
leg.
Adam to throw first. Game
He
on.
kept gifting the bronze Adonis chance after chance, and Steve took them. And he took the match 4-1.
140.
Recovery mission now for the Wizard, but he has to do it on the Hunt throw.
Yeah, I imagine the game was a bit of a head scratcher for him because, as you
60.
say, he really wasn't missing much when it came to the scoring phases, finding that red bit with regularity, but ultimately some of the doubles were
96.
really quite wayward.
He averaged 79 when you consider 1 from 17.
60.
Just sort of stand up to the fact that he scored pretty well.
Absolutely, yeah. The average has been diluted by 16 darts that haven't scored any points.
95.
Yeah, and you have to feel for him really because he kicked off with real intent. He was out in 13 darts. And was just missing
59.
7 at the outer
How many
ring in that
require
second leg. I think
170?
it just kind of threw him, put him on the back foot, and as you say, the rest, well, it was all about Steve Beaton.
134.
Well, talking of 13 darts, that is what Adam Hunt could potentially be taking out.
90. Adam, you require 36. Game shot on the
He
first
will
leg.
settle for 14.
Adam Hunt.
It's a good start.
Second
Good
leg, Colin
response
to
by the
throw
Hunter.
first. Game on.
Like you say, I think he was playing very well in that opening match against Ted Everts. It was one breaker throw, and Ted then sealed the deal, but averaged just shy of 90.
138.
Well, despite where Colin lives these days, it is a bit of a
45.
northeast derby. Newcastle against Middlesbrough.
$96.
We have a cause for one-upmanship, which we saw plenty of this afternoon.
Yes, the Battle of the Richardsons
60.
in Group C. It was thoroughly entertaining and very high quality.
It was. We'll be seeing more of that from 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, Josh Richardson
140.
looking to evoke some revenge on his father. $180. Colin, you require
But despite that
127.
maximum, Hunt still not down to a finish. Now gets the treble 19. No
87.
interest in the bullseye whatsoever. However, he's left top.
I was thinking the same thing. He's persevering with that tops target
123.
as Hunt
Colin, you
almost
require
does
40.
back-to-back 180s.
This was a real thorn in his side. And that's very safe.
Game shot on the second leg. Colin Osborne.
Little cheeky grin
Third
from
leg,
the
Adam
Wizard.
to throw first. Game on.
You would not call that a marker whatsoever. But it will certainly
45.
just ease those doubts, those darting gremlins.
$82.
Yeah, after the conclusion of this match, we will have 4 players all on 2 points. The next
134.
match coming up at the halfway point. Steve Beaton taking on Paul Hogan. And Paul Hogan, man, very good opening match from him in the previous game.
81.
And much like we said about Ted Evett, if Paul Hogan can start with back-to-back wins, then he sort of immediately goes favourite for the group, I
140.
suppose. Still quite a distance to go yet, though.
100.
Adam Hunt just looking for that
57.
elusive treble, trying to set something up. Not as much as he'd like, and an opportunity here perhaps if Colin could find a couple of big trebles to leave something a little bit more viable when it comes to the finishing, but that's a big slip.
81. Adam, you require 125. $41.
Well,
Colin, you
a little bit of
require
a
157.
scrappy setup shot there by Hunt. When the 125 goes, it looks great. When the 157 goes, it looks great as well. But he sort of wants that one again, doesn't he?
97. Adam, you require 84.
Looking at the 14s, it's one dart, it's at the ball.
49. Colin, you require 60.
Wasn't that much closer than what he attempted from 125. Tops again for Osborne.
Game shot on the third.
And now he's starting to
Colin
find it
Osborne.
regularly.
Full flag, Colin to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, and that makes for far better reading in terms of the finishing statistics. 2 from 3 for Colin Osborne, halfway there.
100. 140.
Oh, fancies this again now, does Osborne.
$100. 100.
The scoring, the good scoring
85.
in the main by Osborne has continued off the back of that defeat against Beaton. And he's righting the wrongs on the outer ring.
125.
You look at the averages, there's almost a 10-point gap in favour of Adam Hunt at the moment, but ultimately it's those legs that really do count.
60. Adam, you require 136.
Seen that too often this week. Just strays into the treble 1, the treble
82.
5 when players have been on these
Colin,
big
you
out
require
shots.
156.
More often than not, though, the response is always a positive one from Adam Hunt. Osborne won't take out the 156.
100.
So
Adam, you require
Adam
54.
is back for an immediate break back.
Can he use it as a
Game shot
guide?
on the
Yes,
fourth
just
leg.
slides it in
Adam
perfectly.
Hunt.
And it is a break back, and
Fifth
we are
leg, Adam
back
to
on
throw
throw.
first. Game on.
Again, it's another really
96.
accomplished performance so far from Adam Hunt.
It is, considering that Osborne, as I say, has sustained his scoring
100.
levels. Problem for Colin is, though, that Adam has risen his.
41.
Yeah, Adam just needs to be a bit cautious because it was at this point in the match against Ted Evitts where Ted just started to pull away.
59.
Now you can see that numbers make for good reading.
135. $140.
That then forces both players into the 90s with their averages.
59.
Just get the feeling it's one of those groups. Just looking, I know it's early stages, but we are almost a quarter of the way through. Obviously, in Group B with 5 players, less games.
105. Adam, you require 170.
And yet again, that first dart
83.
on approach to a
Colin, you
3 dart
require
out
97.
strays into the treble 1. Osborne looking for another break. Double 12. Oh,
on
the
the
finishing
fifth
is really on
Colin
point
Osborne.
now by Colin Osborne.
Yeah, it's
Six
night and
leg
day from
Colin
what
to
he did
Frofa.
against Steve Beaton. Against Steve Beaton, 1 from
Come on.
17. That's the equivalent of between 5 and 6%. At the moment, he's 3 from 4 at 75%. Yeah, the way that the players have started playing, if they
100.
can maintain these levels, then there are going to be 2 really disappointed players in Group B.
61.
Well, Adam Hunt may well be feeling somewhat disappointed if Osborne is able to serve out this match. Back-to-back 4-2 defeats, that would mean 4 Adam Hunt.
140.
And his numbers suggest that he's performing A-OK. He's doing well, but
96.
timing here and there, and
you've mentioned, obviously, the setup play at times, just drifting into the treble 1, the treble 5. Just at the wrong time when his opponent is just there to punish.
100.
And Colin Osborne down to a finish after just 9 darts thrown.
43. Colin, you require 161.
And Hunt, much as he did against Ted Evitts, has now relented and maybe submitted completely. This is good board management. It's good situation management as
121.
well by the Wizard.
Yep, didn't chase down the treble 17 ball route. Understandably so.
49.
And match winning opportunity here
Colin, you
for
require
Colin
40.
Osborne.
Game shot and a match.
Superb.
Colin Osborne.
And the doubling demons have been laid to rest as Colin Osborne wins the Tyne Tees derby against Adam Hunt. And the referee's a Sunderland fan as well. Osborne, what a fantastic comeback display of a disappointing result. Nothing disappointing about that for Colin. A 4-2 win.
Well, we are just about reaching the halfway point of all your Group B action here on Friday evening, and we will see for the second time Steve Beaton back in action playing Paul Hogan. One of these two will go on to 4 points after this match because they both won their opening games, but arguably both won them in rather different styles. It was quite an emphatic match for
Let's
Paul
let
Hogan,
Steve to
beating
throw
Ted Evans
first.
4
Come
legs
on.
to 2, averaging in excess of 93. 2 180s, 4 from 7 on the outer
55.
ring, which is an all-round good performance from the very off for Paul Hogan. Now, as for Steve Beaton, well, had to rely on a few mistakes
60.
from Colin Osborne to get across the line. The scoreline looks good, 4 legs to 1 in favour of Steve Beaton, but perhaps you would feel at this stage, if they carry on playing in the same
83.
kind of vein, then ultimately it will be Paul Hogan that gets across the line. Steve Beaton, though, we have seen him make slow starts when he was playing in Group A, and he knows
81.
that he has got those levels when he needs them.
59.
Really was an absolute gift of a win, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But I will say the finishing from Steve Beaton when he got the
100.
opportunity was really on point, 4 from 7. But Colin Osborne missing 16 darts across those 5 legs to allow
95.
Steve the opportunity to get back in.
Well, Stephen's throw is under pressure.
180. $58. Paul, you require
Hogan
80.
displaying similar scoring power to that he displayed against Everts. Tops for the early
Inch on the
break,
first
and
leg.
this has been
Paul Hogan.
a seriously impressive start to the night for Paul Hogan.
Second leg, Paul to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, 15 dart break in the opening leg.
40.
But an early window of opportunity here for Steve Beaton.
$58.
And I do wonder just how much perhaps Steve Beaton and that idea of being so close to that automatic
121.
qualification through Group A, maybe just weighing on the back of his mind slightly.
Yeah, I think there's definitely something in that.
60.
Let's not forget, he was the one, Steve, that was desperate to win that group. He wanted those 2 days off. He didn't want to be embroiled in this Group B where
100.
John Henderson was a lot more relaxed about the situation. He was pretty relaxed about the prospect of playing a full week.
119.
Yeah, and going into the last quarter of that Group A Wednesday session, he did manage to get to the top of the table.
42.
Yeah, speaking to Steve earlier on this evening, it was a case of trying a little bit too hard, and
135.
that combined with a modicum of fatigue, admittedly, by the bronze Adonis, that saw John Henderson over the line, and Steve's up against it here against Hogan, but he is battling back
138.
admirably.
Steve, you require 129.
The way Paul was finishing, you feel this might have to go. It's double 18 for a 129.
111. Paul, you require 60.
A good effort.
It really was a good effort
20.
from Beaton, and he may
Steve, you
well
require 18.
get the leg anyway. You did not expect that miss
Inch
from
on the
Hogan,
second
and he
leg.
has duly
Steve Beaton.
been punished.
Third leg, Steve to throw first.
Beaton has
Game on.
wrestled back the throw. Hogan now has to go again.
60. $135. 58.
Well, Steve did quite a lot of the hard work in that previous leg to get that break straight back, but immediately just opens up an opportunity here for
60.
Paul Hogan. Back-to-back trebleless visits from the bronze Adonis.
24.
Well, 3 consecutive visits without a business treble for Beaton.
54.
Hogan hasn't exactly ran away with things, but that opening score of 135, ultimately the difference in this leg
59.
thus far, and still the weight goes on for Beaton.
$100.
Important last treble for Paul Hogan. Sets himself up on a finish. And Steve Beaton, from not being able to find a treble, finds 3 in one go. It's the first maximum of the match for him.
Oh, Hogan. Incredible.
On the third leg.
A moment of
Paul
real
Hogan.
magic. And he is back
Fourth leg, Paul
in
to
charge
throw
and
first.
bossing this
Game on.
contest.
$60.
Yeah, impressive finish from Paul, especially as it came off the back of Steve Beaton finding that maximum, leaving himself poised on a finish.
140.
Oh, what a night he is enjoying so far.
60.
Again, now it's down to Steve Beaton to
123.
fire himself back into contention. He's doing so.
The way most of the games have started this evening, it's been
60.
very much, it starts off with a feel of everything just going to plan, going with throw for players. Well, this one is the complete opposite. And Steve Beaton looking to make it a
58.
4th consecutive break of throw in this match.
$45.
And this is what we were saying. We know those levels are there. Steve Beaton is able to find them, produce.
$85.
Well, Hogan could do with piling in a couple of big trebles. Looking to send one over the
100.
top. He did, but
Steve, you require 95.
wasn't quite enough.
$55.
Beaton will return for tops for 2 apiece.
82. Steve, you require 40. Game shown on the
Finds
4th
it.
leg. Steve Beaton.
Every single leg of this match so
Fifth
far
leg,
has
Steve
gone
to
against
throw
the
first.
throw.
Game on.
I'm just wondering if that 152 finish and that little celebration from
125.
Paul Hogan was just the fire that needed to be lit under Steve Beaton, because it's a really solid break back and a good start to leg number 5.
100. $44.
He's just allowed Hogan back in again.
180.
Crocodile Dundee gladly takes the invitation.
95.
These two have met previously at the World
65.
Seniors World Championship last year. Steve Beaton, well, got the better of Paul Hogan, 3-0.
43. Paul, you require 156.
Well, we've had the 152. It's there, Paul. How about another one? How about the double 18?
138.
Bit of a strut. He fancies this. And we could, well,
56.
have the 5th
Paul, you require 18.
consecutive break of throw.
Game show on the 5th
You've
leg.
got it.
Paul Hogan.
All he has to do now, Hogan.
6th leg,
Is
Paul
hold.
to throw first.
Sounds
Game
simple,
on.
but it has not been straightforward in this match. Paul Hogan, that last leg, the best leg we've seen so far, 13 darts. And the first one of those that we've seen this evening from Robin
39.
Hood.
$125.
Well, that Robin Hood gave Beaton the impetus to pile in a couple of big trebles.
60.
Hogan coming up dry. Beaton back in the red. To maximum effect.
180.
180 shared at 2 apiece.
100.
It's just one of those games, isn't it? That the logic that you have the darts, it gives you an advantage. It's all gone out the window. They've produced their very best when their opponent has gone first.
$13 dart leg, the best of this match so far. That was supplied by Paul Hogan.
100.
Beaton with the
Stevie
potential
require 56.
of 11.
36.
No need to panic at the moment. Hogan only just arriving to a finish now.
84. Stevie
Didn't make the
required
most
20.
after finding that first treble 20, but it would have been
Ends on the
academic
sixth
anyway,
then.
as Steve
Steve
Beaton
Beaton.
levels us up at 3-all.
7 for final leg. Steve to Faro first.
Still,
Game on.
every leg in this match against the darts.
If the formula continues, then it will be
140.
Paul Hogan that moves up to the top of the table. But that is possibly one of the best starts on throw we've seen so far from Steve Beaton. But back comes Paul Hogan. And it's max number 3.
180. $93.
Keeps himself in check.
I really do find it fascinating with Steve, because we've seen it so often this
60.
week that when the pressure is really applied, then this kind of top A game starts to come out of Steve Beaton.
43.
Well, you put the mockers on him there.
Really, it wasn't intentional. Paul Hogan clearly wasn't
81.
happy with the first start.
All right,
100.
no, class is permanent.
Desperately trying to seek out
60.
a treble.
Stevie
Unable to
require
do so.
125.
Steve Beaton eyeing up 125.
105.
Now he
All you
has to
require
wait.
120.
Hogan already treating us to a 152. Just about gets the big number,
shot.
but he's
And a
no
match. Paul
issue
Hogan.
whatsoever with the double, and it's 2 wins out of 2 for Paul Hogan. A perfect start to the night and a big win over Steve Beaton with a celebration befitting of a fantastic performance once again. Just under 90 that time from Hogan. 3 maximums for him in that match. Coming up after the break, it's Everts against Osborne. At the end of the first quarter of Group B, it is looking like Paul Hogan's to lose thus far. What a fantastic couple of displays he has put on. Before the break, a 4-3 win over Steve Beaton with every single leg of the match going against the darts. Hogan having to hit 3 180s in the match and a 120 checkout for the match, which also included a fantastic 1-5-2 from Hogan as well. As well, wins for Colin Osborne and Ted Everts, as well as Steve Beaton in his own right, seeing them all on 2 points. Adam Hunt, the only player yet to register a win, but it's Hogan with 2 wins out of 2 in top spot at the moment. So one of either Ted Everts or Colin Osborne are about to join Hogan on 4 points. Everts starting off this evening with a 4-2 win over Adam Hunt. Osborne may well be feeling as though he should have 2 wins out of 2 in his own right. Yes, his defeat was a wide margin one, 4-1 to Steve Beaton. But Osborne had darts to win every single one of those 5 legs in that match. But he put those doubling demons firmly to bed.
Game on.
And a 4-2 win over Adam Hunt. Everts has the darts here, gets us underway.
125.
Bit of a snatch with that last dart. And it's important, Laura, isn't it, that for Ted Everts that defeat to Paul Hogan was
60.
just a blip.
Yeah, and let's be honest, he didn't do a great deal wrong in that defeat. Average still in excess of 90. He was 100% when it came to the finishes. He was just
100.
outscored by Paul Hogan, wasn't allowed more opportunities at the outer ring. But ultimately, 2 pretty good performances from Super Ted. And in terms of scoring power, it's been 2 very good
60.
performances from Colin Osborne. But as you've already mentioned, it was just the doubles which were a sticking point in his first match.
140.
Interestingly, Paul Hogan, who is currently sat at the top of the table, well, he was the 4th favourite out of the 5 in order in the betting prior to a dart being thrown. Colin Osborne
100.
right out at the
Said you
bottom,
require
and both of those
136.
players showing some real class, some real form.
Yeah, you gave Hogan in particular a bit of a nod at the top of the show this evening. It may well have represented the value pick. Proving you right at the moment.
30. Said you require 40.
Tops for Everts.
Game shot on the first leg. Ted
13
Everts.
dart hold. Not a lot Osborne could do with that.
Second leg, Colin to throw first. Game on.
Colin just geeing himself up as he approaches the oche.
$85.
There's that kind of general rule of thumb, isn't there, in a Group B, that ideally on this first night you don't want to be losing more than 2 of your matches. Get a couple of wins
140.
under your belt and you know that you're going to be in a solid position coming into all the action tomorrow evening.
60.
Everts will still have Steve Beaton to play. Osborne yet to face Paul Hogan.
85. $136.
Well, this match certainly had potential to be a high-scoring encounter.
100.
Yeah, from Ted's perspective, that's exactly what it's been so far. I know we're only in the second leg, but average in excess of 112 at the moment.
Looking to set things up.
$60. Colin, you require 160.
Degree of annoyance as Everts can't find a treble. Osborne needs another one of those.
140.
Well, gets the two
Said you
trebles, but
require
not in the order that he
116.
wanted.
Everts still
58.
grasp that treble that was required, and
require
Osborne
20.
now looking for a hold of throw of his own.
Game shot on the second leg. Colin Osborne.
Those memories
Third
of
leg,
double
10
trouble
to
for
throw
Osborne are
first.
now very faint
on.
indeed.
$60.
Yeah, but you feel that Colin's got that level of experience where you can just write off one game as just being a bit of an outlier, and that's what it's looking like at the moment.
58.
And that was the good thing, I suppose, as we both sort of raised our eyebrows that in his previous match in the first leg, he left tops, which was the real thorn in his side.
140.
With all his experience, there was no lingering doubt, no fuss. He was 4 out of 5 on the outer ring.
26.
But at the moment, what tremendous scoring power he has displayed so far is now just a little bit off the pace.
44.
And as dart players, you quite often find that that's the way. You get one match where you can finish, but can't quite get the scoring that you
46.
need, and then you get another match where you can score and you can't finish. It's all about getting that balance right.
$100.
Everts just keeps on chipping away. Scoring power's back.
180. Said you require 157.
It's not enough, even with a maximum. The damage may well have already been done in this leg at
97.
least.
But he can apply some pressure. Another big visit.
$102. Said you require 60.
Tops for Everts. Moves across. And hits that initial dart. A bit of a come on, he says.
40. Colin, you
I think
require
that first dart
89.
just maybe a little bit too high, a little bit too cautious. 2 darts. The double 16. Only
Game shot
one
on the third
required.
leg.
It's a breaker throw
Colin
for Colin Osborne.
Full flag Colin to throw
I reckon
first.
after that first game,
Game
Colin
on.
Osborne just went into the back room and just threw at doubles. 2 from 2 in this match, 100%.
As great a response as you'll probably see. He's got the bit between his teeth, all right.
66.
Well, Colin, one of those players that perhaps, okay, he hasn't maybe been in the winner's circle here at the Live Lounge for a little while, but he still knows how to negotiate
125.
these stages, these round robin stages.
Well.
180.
This is mightily impressive.
$59.
That experience coming to the fore, not just for Osborne. We've already seen it from Hogan as well.
177.
Well, might not be back-to-back 180s, but to me that's still 6 perfect darts in a row for Colin Osborne.
96. Colin, you require 78.
Everett still in the 200s. Osborne is
Game
not
shot on the
hanging
fourth one.
around.
Colin Osborne.
11 dart leg. Osborne
Fifth leg, Ted
continues
to throw first.
to
Game
impress.
8 perfect darts, 180, followed by the 177, 78 taken into
57.
And 3 out of 3 on the doubles.
Any questions that we did have after that opening match have been well and truly
85.
answered.
Emphatically so. Everts only missing those 2.
140.
The problem that Ted's had this match and the one against Paul Hogan is he's still playing really well. He's not doing a great deal wrong, but he's
58.
just almost finding himself 1 or 2 darts behind and not getting enough chances at the outer ring.
Made one mistake, one notable mistake, hasn't he, with that 60 checkout. So that initial one in the single was too problematic to navigate around, and
90.
it snowballed from there, and
164.
Osborne has been breathtaking.
$64.
Just takes off the 64 to leave a straight ton when he's back.
$36. Ted, you require 100.
Everts then looking to get to within 1. That's a good guide.
80.
It doesn't drop.
$105. Ted, you require 20.
May not be able to afford to miss any more at the outer ring. Opts to split, double 4.
Game shot on the 5th leg.
It was a good choice
Ted
in the
Evans.
end as Ted draws it to within a leg.
6th leg, Colin to throw first. Game on.
This is the leg, though, for Osborne. Looking to see this match out. Everts will have the darts if we go all the way. Imperative for Osborne.
60.
But he serves it out at the earliest possible opportunity. Looking to rescue that leg difference as well from that 4-1 early
100.
defeat to Steve Beaton.
$58.
But back-to-back visits from Colin Osborne without a big treble. And it opens up a chance here for Ted Everts.
93.
That could prove to be a very big find with dart number 3 for Super Ted.
$100. $98.
Well, it almost worked a treat, but Everts still posing Osborne a question or two.
And Ted's just finding that one big treble a visit. And
100.
so far, it's proved enough. Ted Everts might be slightly behind, but should be the first one down to a finish and will be after this visit.
138.
This has to be a perfect setup for Osborne to apply pressure to Everts. Probability suggests that we're
43.
going to a last leg shootout.
Ted, you require 72.
Top says we are.
52. Colin, you require 140.
And then Colin. Can you survive the scare and get the win? Going to have to rely on Everts to miss again, unfortunately for him.
Shake of the head because
78.
Yeah, the
Says
drift
you
into the
require
ones
20.
forces him to the bottom of the board. But again, may not be back until we see a last leg decider.
Game shot on the 6th
And
flag.
it does go the
Ted
distance.
7th and final leg, Ted to throw first. Game on.
Well, credit to Everts. He has worked exceptionally hard in this one because Osborne, in patches, has been relentless.
59.
He did relent, however, though, in that previous leg. Everts starting without a treble.
Yeah, but Osborne just raced into that 3-1 lead. Didn't really let Ted have much of a look in.
125.
Say, Ted battling back.
$94.
Just about does enough with that visit at least. Osborne looking to back up that initial 1-2-5.
99.
Still goes better than Everts.
$44. That glance over to the score. Ted felt it was better to go over to the 18s, but right plan, wrong execution, and frustration for Ted Everts.
59.
Two big trebles required. Minimum.
60.
Advantage Osborne. Looking to set it up from 2-1-8.
134.
Great switch, great use of the 18s, and after a dozen darts thrown in a last leg decider, Colin Osborne will have the chance to win if he can convert 84.
92. Colin, you require 84.
He was 3-1 up, was pegged back by Everts. Osborne
Game shot.
perfect
And a
on
match.
the outer
Colin Osborne.
ring. And Colin Osborne is on the move upwards. Level at the top with Paul Hogan, who has that game in hand, of course. But this has been a tremendous response following that early setback by Colin Osborne. 4 out of 4 on the doubles. Average once again just a shade under 90. It's Adam Hunt against Steve Beaton after the break.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, live and free on Pluto TV. And we now turn our attention to Steve Beaton, who has taken on Adam Hunt, who finds himself at the bottom of the table after a couple of matches played without a win to his name so far, and perhaps not completely reflective of the way that he's played. He lost 4 legs to 2 in an opening match against Ted Everts before succumbing to Colin Osborne by the same scoreline. As for Steve Beaton, well, he did pick up his first win over Colin Osborne, but then came up against a very in-form Paul Hogan, losing in a last leg decider.
First leg, Adam to throw
For
first.
Steve Beaton, this
Game
could
on.
see him join the likes of Paul Hogan and Colin Osborne on 4 points if he gets the win. But you feel for Adam Hunt, this is almost
140.
becoming a must-win game to just try and turn round his evening.
134.
Yeah, definitely. Things can quickly get away from you in Group B. This, of course, the pair's 4th
84.
meeting of the week. Adam a winner on Monday. Since then, though, it's Steve Beaton that has recorded back-to-back wins against the Hunter.
59.
On 2 out of the 3 occasions they've faced off this week, it's gone the distance.
76.
We've just had 2 matches in a row that have gone the distance, so it could well be 3 in a row.
98.
I suppose if you are Adam Hunt,
105.
what he would give for a quick win here.
$100. Adam, you require 96.
Well, Adam first down to a finish. And it's double
Aim
18.
shot on the first
It's
leg.
a 14-dart
Adam
hole to
Hunt.
throw to get
Second
this
leg,
game
Steve
underway.
to throw first. Game on.
Steve Beaton, notably a bit of a slow start to the
137.
evening, despite getting that win by a heavy scoreline, 4 legs to 1. Definitely an improved performance against
100.
Paul Hogan in what was a bit of a bizarre game. Every single leg going against throat. And you just feel that Steve's maybe just got his eye in now and
45.
just starting to find those bigger scores just with more consistency.
Yeah, Paul, of course, needed 2 mammoth checkouts to get the
100.
better of Steve. The 152 and the 120 for the match. I think what is becoming
140.
crystal clear in this Group B that there are going to be 2 players at the end of it that will feel very hard done by.
97.
Just double checking his score with referee
127.
Andrew Culling.
It's always worth double checking, but it's always quite funny because Steve Beaton, obviously, when he's throwing, he's full of
34.
focus and then just
Senior
breaks
required
into that
52.
character that we all know when he's off the oche.
36.
And even with all the experience in the
require
world, sometimes you still
170.
need that assurance from the referee. That is happening too often for Hunt.
40. Steve, you require 16.
Beaten back.
8.
Can't hunt
Adam, you
down
require
the
130.
double 4 from the big fish to the little fish.
$65.
Yeah, needed
Steve, you
the ball.
require 8.
Beaton, 1 dart in hand, left at
Game
double
shot
4,
on
and
the
this
second
time
leg.
it
Steve
goes.
Beaton. Third leg, Adam to throw first. Game on.
Just when Adam thought he was going to be in with another chance.
134.
Steve, though, 1 from 8.
100.
Not convincing, is it? Hunt having the darts in this match.
100.
Backing up that strong opening score in the third.
140.
As is Steve. Scores of ton, followed by that 140.
100.
One thing so far that I think I've learnt is everyone is playing pretty well tonight. I have still
140.
none the wiser as to who
Enemy
will be
required
those three that go
167.
through tomorrow evening.
100. Steve, you require 121.
1-2-1 then. Down for a treble 17.
71. Adam, you require 67.
Slides one into the treble 16. Tops for Hunt.
47. Steve, you require 50.
Well, he left it. Do you see Steve going straight for this? No.
Game
And
shot on the
that
third
is the
leg.
reason why that was
Steve
much
Beaton.
more efficient on the outer ring, and it's a breaker throw for
Full
Steve
flag
Beaton.
Steve to throw first. Game on.
And Adam Hunt, who is averaging in excess of 90, kicked off with a 14 darter. He's found
98.
himself in a bit of trouble in this match and may ultimately find himself in a bit of trouble in the group.
100.
Another setback for Hunt.
44.
If he keeps racking up these defeats here this evening, it's just going to add to those wins he will
60.
need to pick up tomorrow. As we mentioned, more often than not, unless it's Steve Beaton, it would seem that 4 wins through the entirety of
140.
Group B is probably enough for qualification.
$83.
It's a good and important
81.
adjustment with dart 2. And what Adam Hunt wouldn't give for a 2-3 treble visit at this stage.
140.
He's got the 2. Andrew Culling knows full well how hot those lights are,
Steve, you
so
require
he's not volunteering to
138.
pick up that flight for Adam.
Yeah, very much a case of you're on your
48.
own there.
Adam, you require 118. 52. Steve, you require 90.
Beaten then to kick clear. Bullseye.
65. Adam, you require 66.
Double 16 now to equalise,
34.
but these
Steve, you
clutch
require
moments for
25.
Hunt not being owned by Adam and Beaton now.
Game shot on the
Does
fourth
kick
leg.
clear.
Steve Beaton. Fifth leg, Adam to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, although Adam's chances have been limited, he has had a couple missed at the outer ring. But for me, it's that
100.
passage of setup play where on occasion just not efficient enough, drifting into the 1s, the 5s. We've mentioned it a few
60.
times over the week, and we're seeing it again today because it's just allowing the opponent that little bit of hope when they're cut adrift and they're finding big scores to set up.
57.
Really has been costly to him over the last couple of days, hasn't it? These errors that may
85.
just seem slight at times, but if they keep happening, the damage is going to rack up and tally up. That is the
78.
case for Hunt.
$140. 134.
It's a good reply from Adam Hunt. Leaves himself on the champagne shot.
60.
So far tonight
Adam, you
hasn't
require
had too
132.
much to celebrate, but maybe celebrating after this is a perfect first start.
92.
Hear the deflection, the
require
clip against the
156.
other dart.
For the match.
120.
It was almost
Adam, you require
majestic.
40.
Double 10.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Rescues the match,
Adam Hunt.
rescues the
Sixth
visit.
leg, Steve to throw first. Game on.
Steve Beaton.
41.
See it off here. He's got the advantage of throw, but already opened up the door for Adam.
Forces in a second treble 20 impressively.
38.
Steve's turn to stray into the ones and fives.
$134. $40. $140.
Looking highly likely now that we're going the distance yet again.
Yeah, this has been an
101.
impressive leg from Adam Hunt.
87.
The score has been so strong. He's got that time to just lay up for when he returns.
140.
Just
Adam,
a
you
bit of a
require 32.
reminder from Beaton. Needs to go the other side.
No score. Steve, you require 141.
Well, this would hurt. Adam.
55. Adam, you
not
require
stung.
32.
And
Game
he
shot
finds
the
double
sixth leg.
16 this time to
Adam
take
Hunt.
us the distance yet again here this evening.
Seventh and final leg, Adam to throw first. Game on.
And for the third time out of 4 matches between the pair this week, we do go to a deciding leg.
One of those matches almost felt inevitable, although Steve
59.
Beaton has had a match start off the back of that 156 attempt. Steve Beaton's already found himself
60.
in the last leg decider. Came out the wrong side of that against Paul Hogan.
$97. $60. $59.
Beaton back in the red.
99.
Looking for a green treble there, but very much tit for tat at the moment in this final leg.
And this is the bits where you think to yourself, just keep him straight.
121.
Keep him straight. One treble a visit at least.
84.
Despite the fact that at 121 left Adam on a bogey number, Steve Beaton not able to get down to a finish. So 6 starts from here for Adam Hunt, who's still hunting down his first win of the evening.
133.
Oh, what a marvellous setup shot that was.
81.
Adam Hunt.
Adam, you require
Was
32.
3-1 down in this match. A little bit more.
Game shot.
3-1
Man of the
down,
match, Adam Hunt.
4-3 up. Adam Hunt has inflicted another defeat upon Steve Beaton. Both of Steve's defeats here this evening have come at the narrowest of margins, but what a fight back, what a comeback from Adam Hunt to register his first win in Group B.
Treble 17 then. For the bullseye. Oh, my word.
Treble 20 needed, found, ball for a 1-2-8. Ball is
Game
found, and
over
we
6
have a
points,
level
isn't it?
game.
Have to go the other way. He's going to. He could. Ball. Oh, Andy Hamilton matches the 1-2-8.
To keep his campaign alive. The bullseye for
Game,
1-6-1.
shot,
And
and
that
the
is
match.
why you should never
Nailed
write
up.
that man off. And he repeats.
We'll find out now. Cansdale
Game
could
on
not
the
look.
match, Ricky.
Double 7 to the tricky little switch on double 9.
Game shot
But
on the mark,
made it
Germany.
easy.
Turning towards the next leg.
Game shot
Spectacular.
with fifth leg, Martin Turner.
Your week 5 champion, the Hammer, Andy Hamilton! For a 7th time, the weekly winner is the Duffman, Neil Duff!
No letter whatsoever here in Series 15. Take a look at the lineup for next week in Group A. Andy Hamilton playing some real nice stuff of late. It could well be hammer time here a week on Saturday. Alongside him now in Group A, amongst the likes of Nolan van Leuven, who returns to the Live Lounge. Neil Duff looking for an 8th weekly title here. He's alongside Daniel Closer, who is a real man in form at the moment. Group B, Mike Turner returns along with former weekly winner Richard McKee. And in Group C, Danny Goddard is joined by Justin Smith and Mark Layton. Back to business here in week 4 now. And the unbeaten Paul Hogan looking to continue his charge. But could he be facing Colin Osborne at the wrong time? Flawless on the outer ring in his most recent performance. That was a 4-3 win over Ted Everts. And Osborne
First leg, Colin
been
to
in
throw
real
first.
good nick.
Game
But
on.
Paul Hogan, Laura, very much the man to catch at this stage.
Yeah, indeed, both players have just shown some real class, some real
95.
quality over their last couple of matches. For Colin, it was just that slightly slow start against Steve Beaton. This, his last fixture
140.
this evening. Paul Hogan, one more left to go. And that will be match 10, the final match of Thursday Group B session.
60. 140. 132.
Really has had everything this evening is Hogan. The power scoring, the big finishes.
81.
Even when the maximums haven't landed, the 140s have always been there or thereabouts. If he can keep up
40.
that form, and who
All
knows,
you require 140.
and the night unbeaten, he could be the man to beat heading into Saturday.
100.
Again, really good pick-off. Sets up tops after a dozen darts. And it's got Colin Osborne in this opening leg really on the back foot. And I do agree, from what we've seen from Paul Hogan so far today, he
100.
does look like he's in
All you require
fine form. But
40.
there are plenty more arrows between now and Saturday.
No score. Colin, you require 74.
Well, a slip. And Colin Osborne is now in a position to punish.
Tops the target.
39. Paul, you
I
require
wonder if
40.
something just disrupted Osborne there. Hogan
Game
couldn't
show on
find
the
tops
first leg.
either, but finds
Paul
double
Hogan.
10.
Second leg, Paul to throw first. Game on. $100.
It's all going rather swimmingly for Hogan. He knows it as well. Smiling away, feeling very content with himself.
92.
Oh, well, he's already got that early break. Could have got it slightly earlier. Allowed Colin Osborne a chance to rescue his throw, but
85.
I agree with you. I think there was maybe just a bit of disruption of rhythm when Osborne had tops left.
$45. $100.
He has been by far and away the most consistent player we have seen here this evening, Hogan. Hasn't really been
100.
any sort of meaningful chinks in the armoury.
No, the scoring's been consistent. The finishing in both
100.
matches were 4 from 7. You have to say the finishing against Steve Beaton went under pressure, taking out the 152 and the 120 with Beaton sat there waiting on finishes.
$140. Paul, you require 116.
You almost expect it to go
Game show on the
because
second
it's
leg.
gone.
Paul Hogan.
This is relentless now from
Third
Hogan.
leg, Colin to throw first. Game on.
He really is one of the more expressive players, shows his disappointment, shakes his head when he's not happy with
44.
how something's gone, but also quite happy to celebrate the good moments as well. That's it. Third ton plus checkout this
100.
evening for Paul Hogan.
When you think the 116 is the smallest one of that trio,
43.
illustrates even further how well Hogan is playing.
$41.
Osborne just needs a return to some of that power scoring that we saw in the mid stages of this session.
41.
It feels as though Hogan has really halted Osborne's momentum he was
45.
carrying through into this match. Osborne just geeing himself up ahead of this visit.
$59. $97.
And there have been a couple of visits for Paul Hogan where he hasn't been able to find big trebles, and Colin, up to
132.
that point, hasn't really been able to utilise those trebleless visits.
100.
Again, Osborne really has to set this up perfectly. He's not going to. Just to apply pressure on this 118 for
26.
Hogan.
Paul, you require
The
118.
way Paul has been finishing here this evening, this is well within his grasp, but it's not now. And the reaction says it all.
Well, I think that's also reflective of how he's
28.
feeling up on the hockey. Because he's playing so well, he's also
Colin,
got
you
that
require
expectation that everything
156.
is going to go.
Will this go?
100. Paul, you require 90.
Hope it does get down to a potential single to double out. There's double 5 for Paul Hogan to go.
80.
3 legs to the good.
Colin, you require 56.
Seems to be a different walk after every visit for Hogan at the moment. Tops for Osborne.
36. Paul, you require
Those doubling
10.
demons have reared their ugly head again. We thought they were a thing of the past. Hogan goes inside, burns a dart. Now in search of double 2.
6.
A let off for Osborne.
Colin, you require 20.
And this time it's Paul who's having struggles on the outer ring.
$10.
Colin was perfect
Paul, you require
on the doubles
4.
in his most recent match. 4 out of 4. He's not from 6.
Game show on the third leg.
Hogan
Paul
gets it
Hogan.
in the end. And he's 1 leg away from continuing his
Fourth leg, Paul to
unbeaten
throw first. Game on.
run, his winning streak.
Yeah, there are the doubling stats and
100.
completely tell the story of the match.
$140.
I guess this is the other thing now to bear in consideration. We've had the last 3 games all go the distance, and
60.
other than one match, which was 4-1 against Colin Osborne, everything else has been pretty tight. If this comes down to leg difference, then someone who gets beaten by a big deficit, they could find themselves with just too much work to do.
135. $60.
Didn't have any interest in the switch there, Hogan.
You do tend to find that, don't you, sometimes with those older school players? And I'm sure Paul won't mind me saying he's an old school player. They do persevere with the treble 20. They don't tend
59.
to utilise the board as much as some of the up-and-coming players at the moment.
$45. Colin, you
Again,
require
persisting.
167.
Is Osborne now with his first to a finish? Does he go for it just to try and fire himself up?
127.
No. He keeps his cool.
And we're looking back at that tops target. Colin did have a go at tops in the very first leg of the
100.
match.
Colin, you require 40.
Double 10.
20. Paul, you require 136.
Not from 9, Osborne. Hogan's in again. Can he wrap it up? He's already given himself a nod of approval. Osborne shaking his head in the background. Width of a wire
128.
away.
Colin, you require 20.
Raise of the arms. It was just the wrong side of the wire, but Colin Osborne to extend this match, keep him in contention. Needs a big step over to the left.
No score.
And cannot work it in.
Paul, you require 8.
It's all gone pear-shaped for Osborne. Had his chances. Hogan working his way to the target. Over adjusts.
Colin, you require 20.
And Paul Hogan could be 4 points away from winning this 4-0, or He could be 501 points away if this double 10 goes. Well, now double 5.
10.
Incredible.
All you require 4.
Double trouble to perfection. Back to double trouble. Osborne. There's a smile there, but you know inside he will be
No
raging.
score.
Or will he?
Colin, you require 10.
You have to be careful. If you're going to go inside, do it with the first up, not the second.
Game shown on the
That's
fourth
what you want to
leg.
do with the second
Colin
dart.
Osborne.
And eventually it is Colin Osborne who just has that little glance across because both of them know they had
Fifth
plenty
leg,
of
Colin
chances.
to throw first. Game on.
The good news for Colin is that it is a breaker throw. Needs to get another one back. Has to be perfect from here.
100.
Currently 1 from 17 on the outer ring. Exactly how he was against Steve Beaton.
140.
We quite often talk about bookending evenings and sessions here. You do not want to be bookending it with that kind of statistic.
125. 85. 23.
Yeah, disaster of a visit there. Kicked off with 2-ton pluses, but 23 points, and all of a sudden,
100.
Paul Hogan making another charge for the finish line.
$81.
Hogan looking
140.
to continue this domination of Group B.
All Osborne can do at this point, try again to get,
76.
well, I was going to say an
All
immaculate
you require
setup, but
36.
unfortunately may not be enough as Hogan
Game shot.
finds
And a
double
match,
18,
Paul Hogan.
gets across the line, eventually winning 4 legs to 1. The pair of them, they have a little chat at the end. They'll know there were moments, but yes, Paul, you've won 3. You've still got 1 more to come. That there, the tail of the tape. Again, it was a case of missed doubles for Colin Osborne, but it's Paul Hogan who eventually seals the win.
Welcome back. Just 2 more live matches for you this evening. The first of which is between Steve Beaton and Ted Everts. Both with whom have just the sole success to their name so far. One of them, at the end of this match, will be feeling reasonably content with the way tonight has gone for them. The other...
First leg, Steve to throw first. Game on.
A little bit miffed, I think. Both have had their chances for further wins before now, and things just haven't really fell for either of them.
Yeah, and I think the hardest thing is both of them played in the opening 2 matches of this evening. Both found their sole wins in those opening 2 matches.
27.
And as you say, since then, just have not had the rub of the green. For Ted Everts, he's been very consistent, but the wrong end of a last leg decider against Colin Osborne, and then ran into Paul Hogan in Paul's first match and ran out a 4-2 loser.
60.
Steve Beaton's 2 losses have both come in last leg deciders. So, yeah, I think they'll feel slightly aggrieved if they don't walk away with 4 points. But
123.
That is going to be the case for one of them.
Yeah, and they have it all to do tomorrow, won't they? Things can happen quickly
100.
in Group B. This, of course, the second match on
125.
tomorrow night. Or tonight. We are past the midnight hour.
$100. Steve, you require 140.
Oh, wrong side.
60.
Not the first time that has happened here this evening, and I don't think it'll be the last either, especially as Adam Hunt is bringing the curtain down on night 1. It's been happening too often for him.
60. Steve, you require 80.
Again, that little drift into the treble 1.
40.
Told you it'd happen again.
You did.
Said you require 154.
Psychic Sam.
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting it to happen quite so soon. But Beaton will return
58.
for tops
Steve, you
now.
require 40.
So close, and
Game show on the
it's a
first
really
leg.
good
Steve
last
Beaton.
start. Sometimes there's an
Second leg,
argument, especially when you
Tetsu
throw
for
a
first.
the shape of
Game
dart that
on.
Steve does. It could almost be too close. And I know that sounds silly, but it blocks quite a lot of the bed.
96. $81.
Those iconic arrows of the bronze Adonis.
$98.
Quite a nice shiny silver set. I guess you could make an argument for
100.
branding purposes that they should be maybe a bronzed colour. Probably just overthinking it.
I don't think Steve is really interested in
85.
marketing things here and there. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
58. $140.
Yeah, good stuff. By Ted.
42. Ted, you require 82.
It's minimum from here. Only needs a 3.
42.
He does need more. He'll have more.
Beaton looking to pressurise the
85.
shot on tops, but that
Ted,
last
you
dart
require
taking a
40.
nasty deflection.
Wayward.
20. Steve, you require 135.
That second dart, something to forget, and yet it hasn't proven costly.
87. Ted, you require 20.
Has to take it though this time.
And that should be the guide. Just the wrong side of the wire,
Shot on
but
the
double
second
5
leg.
is found.
10 Evans. Third leg, Steve to throw first. Game on.
Good composure there by Everts.
26. $100.
Well, Steve looking to rescue that shoddy opening visit.
96.
Goes some way to rectifying the situation. However, if Everts can back up that opening ton, he could well be in the ascendancy.
58.
Doesn't do so.
$100.
No, he's just allowed Steve Beaton to play himself back into the leg.
$134.
Great use of the cover shots on the treble 19s.
99. $59.
Well, yes, Everts is first to a finish.
57.
Beaton can't jump on
Said you
that.
require 150.
Unforced error from Ted.
Good adjustment.
78. Steve, you require
Both players
123.
just slowly chipping away at their score. But it's ball for Beaton.
98.
Fraction away.
Said you require 72.
Very close indeed. It's Everts now restricted to a shot of the ball. Wasn't as
29.
good as
Steve, you
Beaton's.
require 25.
Should well been a
Game shot on the
genuine
third
break
leg.
opportunity for
Steve
Everts. Only having that one at
Fourth
ball
leg,
and
Ted
Beaton
to throw first. Game on.
holds firm.
It just feels like such an important
100.
tie. It will allow the person that gets the win to come in just with that, maybe that little air of confidence. Don't forget, they will be the players that will face each other in their first matches tomorrow.
135.
Exactly, and coming off the back of 2
134.
out of 4 on the opening night of a Group B, something with which Colin Osborne has already achieved here this evening. Hogan looking to run through the card in the next match, our final match of this evening.
But you just look at that legs difference column, and although Colin Osborne has got the
95.
2 wins, he's -3. Steve Beaton, 1 win, but +1 because the results have just been so much closer for Steve.
78. $100. Steve, you require 148.
Oh, that is a perfect first start. Perfect for the second.
120.
The third
Said you require
goes
72.
awry.
Just about finds the single 16.
Game shot on the
But
fourth
adjusts
leg.
well with the
10
second
Evans.
2.
Fifth leg, Steve.
And that's
to
not for the
throw
first time. Steve
Game
Beaton's
on.
threatened a big combination finish and just cannot find the double with the third.
That's not the first time
180.
Ted Everts has held his nerve superbly. Beaton kick-starting the 5th leg with a maximum. Now, these two, both from similar parts of the
58.
UK, and have faced each other very recently away from here as well in Challenge Tour 19 just the weekend before last.
59.
Steve Beaton got a 5-3 win over Ted Everts.
$140.
Super Ted on a revenge mission.
58.
Challenge Tour 19 eventually won by Dylan Slevin, who we saw here last week.
$99.
Needed another treble 20 to leave himself on a finish, but there is absolutely nothing to split these two.
96. $55. Steve, you require 108.
Beaten, been threatening a ton plus out all night. And
Games
he's
on the
finally
fifth
got
leg.
one with a 108
Beaton.
to move a leg away.
Sixth flag, Ted to
And ending his
first.
night
Game
with
on.
his second win of Group B.
Back to back 15 dart legs.
96.
Shared between Steve Beaton and Ted Everts.
60. $137. $100.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Ted not
41.
able to leave a finish. Steve Beaton, if he's going to leave one, needed them all.
83.
Well, unlike Steve's match against Paul Hogan
93.
earlier, this match has continuously gone with the throw.
140. Said you require 134.
Big, timely visit for Beaton. And the 134. Well, the combination can't get underway for Ted
56.
Everts.
Steve, you require 118.
108 in the previous leg. Can he go 10 better to wrap up this match?
94.
No, but
Said
the
you require
setup's on
78.
point. 78. Ted Everts should get at least one dart at a double. He does. It's awkward. Moves across the oche and it's a
Games on
great
the sixth
dart.
flag.
And it goes
Ted
back to what
Everts.
you were saying, Sam. Under pressure,
7 from
Ted
5
Everts
legs
has
Steve
managed to
throw
find some
first.
real
Come
clutch
on.
finishes.
He really has.
100.
Gonna need a big effort from here, though, in this last leg shootout on the Beaton throw.
And I just wonder what goes through the minds of the two players
58.
because both of them in their last outing, well, for Steve Beaton, in his last two outings, gone to last leg deciders and been the wrong side of
41.
them.
They'll probably be thinking he cannot afford to give Ted a shot. Ted's been taking them throughout this match.
60.
I think the struggle for Ted has just been
140.
having that ability to get his nose in front of Steve Beaton when he's thrown first because he's just managed to hold on to throw throughout the match. And again, it's very much advantage Steve Beaton.
96. $100.
Nice and steady on throw. Doing enough. Everts now piling in a 180 just to serve as a reminder. Beaton had this hit against him.
60.
Hogan saw it out for a match-winning
Said you require
shot.
107.
Well, the finishing has been good. The combination shots have been on point for Ted Everts. It's one dart for the match at double 16.
91. Steve, you require 60.
Just goes wide.
Tops for Beaton. Over to tens.
Game
It's
shot,
there.
man of
It's
match,
in. And the
Steve
bronze
Beaton.
Adonis does duly get his second win. Ted Evans will have it all to do. Only picking up the one win out of his 4 matches here this evening. He will need 2 or 3 tomorrow, but beaten 2 out of 4 ain't bad. Matches what we saw from Colin Osborne. Our final match of the opening night of Group B sees Paul Hogan, who's looking to run through the card. He faces the Hunter, Adam Hunt, who's looking to match what Steve Beaton achieved before the break, and that is picking up his second win of the night. 2 out of 4 is the benchmark for what is good, really, in a Group B campaign, especially on the opening night. Osborne has achieved it. Beaton has achieved it. Hogan has already achieved it. It looks as though, Laura
Let's
Turner,
let
that
Paul to throw first. Game
experience
on.
is paying dividends in Group B.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, the 3 more seasoned
55.
players are all sat pretty at the top of the table. But still plenty of work, and everyone's still pretty much in contention going into tomorrow.
22.
Yeah, even with Ted Everts just having that one win, he possesses enough quality about him to
140.
still find his way out of this Group B.
Yeah, and I'm wondering for Ted, what would be kind of the best result
94.
from this particular fixture. I'm not sure realistically it matters either way, but a win for Adam Hunt, and that would put him also on 4 points
94.
alongside the likes of Beaton, Osborne and Paul Hogan sat at the top on 6. But sometimes then when you get a player that runs away with it, it's
100.
just left for the rest of the field to fight for those last couple of positions.
Yeah, I can see both sides, but I would be arguing
60.
that in terms of Ted, I would say that a win for Adam would be more beneficial.
140.
Kind of just keeps
All you
everyone
require,
catchable at that
152.
point, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, but if Hogan continues this sort of finishing, he will not be caught
136.
again. It's
Adam, you
a
require 145.
theatrical miss by Hogan. But he's feeling good up there, and he's playing very well indeed.
129. Paul, you require 16.
Very good setup play from Adam Hunt. Yeah, back you come. It would have felt good as it left the
No
hand
score.
and just disrupted the
Adam, you
rhythm, and
require
that setup.
16.
Well, you think it kind of deserves the opportunity of a go at the double.
8.
All well thrown darts,
you require
but the
16.
Hunter is not having any sort of good fortune on that stage.
Game show on the first leg. Paul Hogan.
Hogan gets over
Second
the
leg,
line in
Adam
the
to
opening
throw
leg.
first. Game on.
And Adam Hunt not hanging around, straight up to the oche.
83.
He's had a little bit of trouble with one of those flights keep popping out tonight.
Just good grouping, really.
95.
He certainly copped a deflection or two. How's Hunt?
100. $85. 140.
Great composure after dropping the dart.
$100.
Had a bit of everything tonight, haven't we?
96.
That's probably really with just Paul Hogan and Colin Osborne.
Yeah, these two have met, but not for a good few
130.
years. Back
Adam,
in
you require 82.
September 23, played in the same group here at the Super Series.
Tops for
Game
Hunt.
show on the second leg.
Very
Adam
neat
Hunt.
and tidy 15
Third
dart
leg, Paul
hold.
to throw first. Game on.
Because since then, Adam went off to the Pro Tour.
84.
Made an appearance here back in Series 13. We already made reference to that on Wednesday, but how strong a week that was, resulting ultimately
140.
in a weekly win for the eventual series champion on that occasion, Jack Drayton. Also included the likes of Jamie Lewis and Joe Hunt, who has
135.
plenty to look forward to come the end of the year.
$140.
Back-to-back visits of 140 for Adam Hunt, trying to make a move on the Paul Hogan throw. That has proven very difficult for players
140.
because of darts like that. Hogan able to respond.
$85. Paul, you require 142.
He will feel as though this is well within his grasp. And I don't see any argument for anyone whatsoever. Well, there's a bit of hesitation.
120.
But it was still a good effort.
Adam, you require 136.
Yeah, very good. The 136 not going to go for Adam Hunt, so Hogan back for double 11. Already in this match, Hogan missing a 152 and then that
Paul, you require
142.
22. Game show on the third.
Doesn't miss 22.
Paul Hogan. Full flag Adam to throw first. Game on.
He's back in front, 2 legs away. A perfect night at the office.
Hunt still
180.
piling on the pressure.
$100. $140.
Another flight goes a-flying.
Could be one of the verses in the 12 Days of Dartmouth.
100.
12 flights of flying. I mean, 12 would be excessive. Maybe 3.
59.
Both strong on their own throw.
100. Adam,
Once
require
again, it's down
122.
to Hunt to really take the initiative. Brilliant treble 19. That leaves tops.
102.
Not far away. Hogan is far away, and we've not said that too often
60.
this evening.
Adam, you require 20.
That's another strong leg on throw for Adam Hunt.
Game show on the fourth flag.
Yeah, and it's a
Adam
14
Hunt.
dart holder throw, and there's a real gulf between the averages
Fifth
because
leg
on
ball
throw,
to
Adam
throw
has been
first.
quite dominant.
Game on.
And when Hogan has thrown first, Adam's managed to stick with him, but just not get past him.
129.
Could it be that experience factor, though? Hogan knows coming into this match that all he has to do is hold his own throw, and that is it. 4 wins out of 4.
99.
I mean, it sounds easy enough on paper, doesn't it? But ultimately, I don't think dart players can afford to think like that. You have to go out there and try and win every single leg.
100.
Maybe this is where we're going wrong.
$100. $100.
Well, 25 should have been the shot there for Hogan.
Yeah, sometimes the board management, it's not the best part
92.
of Paul Hogan's game.
He's got away with it, though. Hunt could not leave a finish of his own, so Hogan's still in control.
92.
Maintaining that control as well with that covering treble 19.
$125. Paul, you require 80.
Strong visit pressurises this 80, but Hogan 2 darts at double 10. Double 5.
Game show on the
Double
fifth
5
flag.
comes to
Paul
the
Hogan.
rescue.
Sixth flag, Adam to throw first. Game on.
You can see why Paul Hogan, one of those players, just so hard to get past. Why he has been that player that's qualified through so many qualifiers, the UK Opens that we mentioned, the
85.
World Championships.
He's so tough to beat, isn't he?
But once again, on throw, Adam Hunt, back-to-back 140s.
85.
Hogan knows it's still in his
96.
control. He will have the darts in a last leg decider. His last two
Academy
holes of
require
throw, he's gone out at
125.
15.
$93.
Big let out of breath before going for that single 13. But sensible play from Adam.
$83. Adam, you require 32.
To take us the distance. Familiar
James on
territory
the
here
sixth
this
leg.
evening in Group B.
Adam Hunt. 7th and final leg, Paul to throw first. Game on.
If Paul Hogan maintains that ability to go out in 15 darts, then Adam Hunt will need to
100.
produce the best leg of the match to be able to break him in this decider.
Half the matches
95.
tonight have gone the distance. Will it be a night
60.
of experience?
If Paul Hogan, regardless, you can see obviously living every dart, wants to go through the card, but regardless of whether he does, he knows he's going to
140.
finish top of the table. You can't do better than that.
$66.
Well, could that be the moment where Hogan's perfect night
96.
could be scuppered? It happened for Josh Richardson earlier on this afternoon.
59.
And it's another treble-less visit
Adam, you
for Paul
require
Hogan, which means
170.
Hunt has got at least 6 starts for this 170. And he's going to need them all because it hasn't happened too much in this match, but that drift into the 5s, but
125.
very well corrected.
And look, this would be a well-deserved win for Adam Hunt. It may well have gone under the radar a little bit, but if he can see it off from here, this would be the best
140.
performance we've
Adam, you
seen
require
here all
45.
week. Double 16. That makes it tricky.
13. Paul, you
So
require
close,
76.
but yet so far, and Hogan has just managed to position himself by that 140 on a potential 2-dart out.
For a perfect night.
40.
Too high.
Adam, you require 32.
Hunt for a crucial win of his own. Again, it's a bit of a blocker. New target now, which
16.
is still not acquired. The Hunter has thrown this away.
Paul, you require
5
36.
match darts as Adam Hunt. The question is, will he get any more as Paul Hogan looks at double 9, and
shot.
double
And
9
a
is
match,
found.
Paul
It
Hogan.
is the perfect night for Paul Hogan. A disappointment for Adam Hunt, who pushed him all the way, was threatening an average in excess of 100, but it's Crocodile Dundee who has, as he celebrates, 4 wins from 4. At the tail of the tape, and it was a case of missed doubles for Adam in the end, but it's Paul Hogan who goes through the card on this Friday night.
Been a really good day here at the Super Series. Rounded off with Paul Hogan running through the card on the opening night of Group B with a rather fortuitous win in the end over Adam Hunt. He missed 5 match darts, 4-3 the scoreline, and 4-3 has been a key theme of the evening. Half of the matches going the distance here tonight, but it's a tale of experience at the top of the Group B table at the halfway stage. Hogan, of course, tops it. He has not dropped a match, a perfect 8 points. But then in second and third, respectively, Steve Beaton and Colin Osborne with Ted Everts and Adam Hunt with it all to do tomorrow. Welcome back into the studio. Laura Turner has rejoined me, and look, you make your own luck sometimes, and Paul Hogan certainly did that with the last match, but before then he was simply blowing opponents away.
Yeah, he kind of set his stall out, didn't he, from that very first match. He took on Ted Everts. It was the third game on, and we didn't really know what to expect. Paul Hogan, we talked about it earlier on, and we know that he's picked up a couple of weekly titles here, but ultimately the levels, the scoring power, but also the finishing. Those first couple of games, 4 from 7 on the outer ring. And yeah, after getting those wins, he looked focused, looked determined, wanted to go through the card, and that's exactly what he did.
Had it all, didn't he? The power scoring was there, plenty of maximums in the midst of that, and ton plus checkouts, not least with that fantastic 152, and of course the 120 to get the win over Steve Beaton in a match where every single leg went against the darts.
And threatened several more. Threatened a 156 in that match. I almost checked out the 142 and another 152 against Adam Hunt. So yeah, ultimately, yeah, he's just found like the right recipe tonight, but 8 points. Normally, as we say, that should be enough. Sometimes it isn't. So still cannot afford to take his foot off the gas coming into tomorrow. I still think that, still got work to do. Get that one more win, know that you're safe and secure, and then just look forward to Saturday night. Yeah,
and that's just for those qualification terms, really. The group is there to be won for him. And he's cut an animated figure on the stage all night, really. He's obviously feeling good.
Looks like he's feeling good. We've kind of seen every version of Paul tonight. We've seen the one that's not been happy when he has missed. That, to me, demonstrated the expectation that he had based on how he was playing. But yeah, we've seen a little bit of everything. Does wear his heart on his sleeve, and doesn't leave anything to the imagination when he wants you to know how he feels. But his darts do the talking in the end, and that's the main thing.
Yeah, just the one win needed for Hogan tomorrow, and he's first on as well, so he can seal the deal at the earliest opportunity. Steve Beaton. Speaking of fortuitous, he was very fortuitous with his first win against Colin Osborne, who was either perfect on the outer ring or the complete opposite. It was nightmarish. Yeah,
strange night for him. Yeah. 1 from 17 in the double attempts against Steve Beaton, 1 from 17 in his final match as well, kind of bookended it. But those 2 games in the middle, everything seemed to click. Like you say, one match 100%. I think the other one was around 66%. So ultimately, we know it's there for Colin. But when he starts missing those doubles, it just seems to be contagious, seems to just grow and then does become problematic. So lots to take forward. Got those 2 points. If he can find those kind of performances again, then he could be in with a shout.
Yeah, he sits overnight in those qualification placings, and it was a bit feast or famine for him. But that was only really down to the doubling. He had dart to double in every single leg against Steve. And again, the signs are there. He's got all the experience in the world. A series runner-up, and against the only player to have the name on the trophy twice in Luke Littler. So it stacks up. He's a proper player, and again, experience has told the tale here tonight. Yeah,
we just saw a clip from that match against Ted Everts. That was the one where he went 4 from 4 on the outer ring, and there were combination finishes. He wasn't just setting up a double and finding it first dart. We know the experience he's got. Yes, he's been out of the winner's circle for a little while, but I do find that he tends to know how to navigate these group stages, and he's put himself in a really good position. Again, he's got to be careful. He's only 2 points. He's got the 4 points. The chasing pack have got 2 points. So there's still a lot of work to be done, but if he can find, as I say, like he did that purple patch in those 2 middle games, then he's dangerous. We know he's a dangerous player.
Absolutely. Steve, of course, has matched him in the points tally as well, 2 from 4. a good foundation, if you like, heading into night two. You've noted for the last couple of days that Steve may have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Group B. Well, more sort of hate, I suppose, but he can feel pretty good about his night's work.
I think so. I think he'll be happy with the return of points based on the fact that that first one, as we've mentioned, he needed to be afforded opportunities. He wasn't playing his absolute best. But then, ultimately, those two games for Steve in the middle of the evening both went to last leg deciders, and he was very unfortunate not to pick up one of them. Obviously managed to get that last match 4-3, but yeah, they were close matches. Did really good for his leg difference, but ultimately, yeah, 2 wins. I think you'd take that on the first night.
Absolutely, and like you rightly point out, those fine margins, it could have been even better for Steve, but there's plenty to build on going into tomorrow. And look, it's been a long week for him. There was signs of fatigue there, but he still looked pretty sprightly tonight. Yeah,
I think maybe that first match, although we got the win, as we've mentioned, he perhaps just looked a little bit flat coming out, and that may be coupled with the fact you've mentioned the fatigue, but also the disappointment that he did have it within his grasp to qualify through Group A. He could have been sat at home with his feet up and lost in that head-to-head. That winner takes all with John Henderson. So that may have played a bit of a factor, but ultimately you could just see him start to kick in, start to get that fight back in, especially when he played against Paul Hogan. He just looked really focused and, again, just the wrong side of a last leg decider.
That leaves the two lads currently in 4th and 5th, starting with Ted Everts, who started brilliantly this evening, and he's had his moments away from that win as well. I just can't really put my finger on what went wrong for him.
I just think this is a really tough group. It's a really close group. They're all playing at a very similar level. When you have those chances, you really do need to take them. Ted has actually been taking them, but he's just found himself maybe one throw behind his opponent, or he just makes that one slight slip at the wrong time, gets punished for it. I think he'll be walking away scratching his head as how he hasn't got a couple more points.
Yeah, he's in good nick at the moment. He's coming into this week in good form. We noted his late call up to the Pro Tour yesterday, so it's not like he's coming in cold like he was last time here. I sort of do get the feeling like he has real scope for potential to turn things around.
Yeah, and I don't think he has to really improve on very much. I just think it's just the way that things fell for him in terms of timing. He was just unlucky with some of his timing and came across. He was the one that ran into Paul Hogan in that opening match, for example. That was his second match. At that point, because of how well Ted had played in the opening game, we were talking about Ted winning 2 out of 2 at that point. I don't think after his first performance we didn't see him picking up another win, and I think he'll feel the same.
When the lineup was announced for this week, I have to be honest, I really fancied Adam Hunt, and he currently now finds himself bottom of Group B. I didn't make it public to put the mockers on him, but it seemed to have happened anyway. Just these moments here and there, he's not been taking his chances, and that was epitomised in our final match this evening. He really should have got that last leg win over Paul Hogan.
I think out of all of the matches that haven't gone his way, that will be the one that stings the most. It'll be the one that lives in his memory. He's going to have to replay that first game tomorrow afternoon. It was the one where he had the most match darts as well. Some of the others, we've commented that when it comes to the setup play, perhaps a few too many drifting in the 1s, in the 5s, and again, just allowing the opponent back in. But yeah, the last one, trying to stop a player going through the card, having 5 darts and missing them for the match. He'll be disappointed, but again, still in contention, but with more work to do.
It does sort of remind me of what we saw from him back in Series 13 in his most recent appearance here, particularly on the finals night where, again, he was putting in a ton plus average and yet couldn't make it out of the groups. He's done so this evening and lost. The numbers are there and the potential is there, the ability is there. So again, much like Ted Everts, there's still scope to have that ability to improve and turn things around.
If Ted or Adam turn up tomorrow and go through the card, I don't think either of us will be surprised. I don't think that would, shock us at all because of how they're playing and what they're producing. I just think sometimes in darts, there has to be winners, there has to be losers, and despite them both performing really well, they've just been on the wrong side of the results.
That first match tomorrow could be huge. It could seal qualification for Hogan, or it could still blow things wide open in terms of qualification. Here's another quick reminder of how that table does look overnight. Hogan at 4 wins out of 4 on 8 points. Steve Beat and Colin Osborne both on 4 points apiece, and Everts and Hunt not out of the equation. They're only 2 points, 1 win out of those qualification spots, and Beaton's leg difference is a healthy one, The others, it really is wide open.
You've just mentioned it yourself. You look at Adam Hunt there. If he gets a win and gets one by a bit of a margin, he's going to leapfrog Colin Osborne and move into third place. We could see a lot of movement to that table, depending obviously on how results go. So they've just got to come in tomorrow. The ones at the top just need to keep the others at bay, and the ones that are chasing, Adam Hunt is called the hunter. He needs to be hunting down those top three.
Absolutely. And speaking of big matches coming early doors tomorrow, that is the case in Group C as well. Match 2 tomorrow is the rematch between Josh and James Richardson. Josh left the building here this evening fuming, despite 4 wins out of 5. That one defeat, though, coming against his dad, James.
I think he's just got to be careful as well, because, yeah, he really was frustrated that, 1, he didn't get to go through the card, and 2, the person that beat him was his dad. But because that's happening early on tomorrow, he doesn't want to have the same kind of attitude coming into it if it does go the way of his dad. I'm not saying it will, Josh, honestly. It was a really close and really exciting game. But if it does, then ultimately, you know, he just needs to make sure that he can bounce back, because he's still not completely there. He's got a foot in Saturday, but not there yet.
I have a feeling it's going to be a good day tomorrow. Still plenty to come before we get to that, though. If you do fancy a late night coming up, it is the Tungsten Talk with Ted Everts, and then we are back live 1 o'clock for the culmination of Group C, 10 p.m. once again for Group B. Finals night, as always, 7:30, but there are still tickets available if you fancy a trip down to Portsmouth for Saturday night finals night. And the Duffman returns Monday morning in search of his eighth weekly title. The Duffman back in the live lounge where he belongs come Monday morning, 9:30 a.m. That is all we have time for this evening. Thank you very much for your company. Do not miss tomorrow for the Battle of the Richardsons from 1 p.m. A very good night to you from all of us here at the Super Series.
The Modus Super Series!
Derek Coulson for Destiny.
It's there! Absolute biggest of all fish.
Reels it in.
What an incredible record!
Everything you wanted. He does it.
Henry Coulson with glory. A champion tonight.
The bullseye. This will be amazing.
Unbelievable.
Oh, what a time for that!
Matched out.
That is special.
Incredible.
That is seething. The pressure is on.
Champions League night!